Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's StepsBasic, and welcome back to Let's Play. Welcome back to my community show. So, back in November of last year, I did an 8 StepsBasic Basics Tips for Life video, and I thought that was a fairly interesting, fun little video to do, and I love talking about things that I know and I've learned throughout my life, and so I came up with another 8 list of 8, something like that. So I actually had to go back and watch my video again because I was like, did I duplicate any of them? And technically, kind of, yeah, because my first topic of today, my first thing on the list is a little bit applicable to the first object on the last list. Now, the funny part is this one goes a little bit beyond the first one. Remember last time I talked about learning small appliance repair, small motor repair. That was important. Now I'm saying go a little bit bigger. Now, you drive a car. Most people drive cars. Not everybody. I actually, in my life, know 2 people who do not have driver's licenses. And I'm like, really? As an adult, you can't drive? Yeah, whatever, do you. But the topic, the number one lesson for this video is learn to identify problems within your car. And if it is something that you can repair, fix it. Now, of course, this is one of those that I always lead with a bit of a caveat in that I personally have never learned much in the way of mechanics. I don't know my way around a car. I know a little bit, but not enough. Like, I know how to change a tire, and I know what it sounds like when your tire goes flat. Go back a couple episodes and watch the video where I talked about my tire going flat. I also can identify a few sounds, like you hear a cranking sound, I kind of know what that means. You hear a grinding sound, I kind of know what that means. When you put on the brakes and you hear a high-pitched squealing noise, I know what that means. And learning to identify these signifiers of your car can help you to lead to a point where you know you need to save up to fix something in your car. So it's important, right? But learning to identify these things and learning to fix the ones you can, like replacing your brakes, replacing your tire, changing your oil, etc., like that. Learning how to do those things is a time and a money saver, because if you have to constantly take your car out, well, there you go. But anyway, that was the first topic. On to the next one. Trade schools. As a person who has an associate's degree in electronics and part of a bachelor's degree in project management and failed out of nursing school, I can tell you one important thing. Go to a trade school. Unless you have your heart set on becoming a doctor or becoming a lawyer, go to a trade school. You will get out into the work field faster. You will learn usable skills that you can apply to your everyday life, and get a good job out of them. Now, when I say things like that, go to a trade school, I say this a lot because college, you have a better opportunity to get a higher paying job if you follow the proper curriculum and you pass all your classes. So you want to be a doctor, go to doctor school. Go to medical school, whatever. You go to medical school, you work your butt off for 4 years, and then you fail. You can keep trying and sinking more money into it, but at the end of the day, that's a total of 8 years at the end of it that you have to go to school to learn to be a doctor. If you pass and get into the field, you have the opportunity to make buco bucks, baby. But you still have to pass. And as a person who failed out of nursing school because of a stupid thing, I couldn't treat patients. It's something I should have known before I tried. I will tell you that going to a trade school is worlds better because take HVAC, learn how to fix and repair an air conditioning unit. Guess what you got in your house? You got an air conditioning unit you can fix. Go to electrical school, learn how to fix and repair wiring. Guess what you have in your house? Wiring. And that goes for a lot of different styles of trade school. Now, of course, you can go into different trades like welding and whatnot, which chances are you're not going to really need around your house, but can lead to artwork at least. But even that, you can still get a really successful job, and if you branch out into diving, underwater welding, that pays even more, and you'll be comfortable for your entire life if you get a good job. Now, of course, higher risk of injury as comes with most of those types of laborious jobs, but much more opportunity. This one's a bit of another social thing. Now, it's something I kind of do. I'm not really sure how, like, you don't have to follow my cookie cutter version of it. Like, I always like to start my social interactions with a greeting. Hello, friend. I do that. My daughter looks at me, she thinks I'm crazy, but I like to go up to my friends. Not just my friends, but like customer service representatives, grocers, people at the store, people I have to talk to on the phone. Hello, friend. Hi, friend. Hey, how you doing today? Greeting people in a friendly manner. Not crazy friendly, not like, hi, friend, but like just a casual, common hello, friend. Always opens up the conversation, always opens up the interaction well. And they like you, or at least they don't think negatively of you at the moment. And that always starts it off on a good foot, which means at the very least it's going to go smoothly, which is important and what you got to do. And contrary to popular belief, apparently, being nice to customer service representatives, people who run your groceries, clerks, all that stuff, yeah, being nice to them, it's actually fairly easy and, makes things go a little smoother. Yelling at them, screaming at them, no, that's not going to fix anything. And more often than not, if you're nice to somebody, they're going to stick their neck out for you a little bit. Maybe not a whole lot. They're not going to sacrifice their job or anything, but they'll stick their neck out for you. They're like, hey, I heard about this deal we can give you. Would you be interested? Stuff like that. Be nice to people. Treat people with respect, especially people who are serving you. I don't like to use that term, but in this case it's applicable. But people who are serving you, you treat them with respect because they have to earn their money and you have to rely on them for service. And if you're being a jerk about it, then none of you are going to be happy. And well, let's face it, we don't want that, do we? Okay, this one is kind of a little circumstantial as well. This one I like to call the modern day single rule. But of course, it's applicable to even married couples. Learn to cook. At the very least, learn to cook your favorite dish. Now, I'm not saying become a world famous chef, but know how to boil water, know how to make macaroni, learn how to make mashed potatoes, cook something. And if it's your favorite dish, learn how to make it because you're going to want to eat it. Because it's your favorite dish. And you can learn all sorts of ins and outs about your favorite food by learning how to cook your own favorite dish. And of course, like I said, modern day singles, you're not going to be able to guarantee that you're going to be able to have access to your favorite dish unless you yourself can make it. So learn to cook. It's very important. Men and women. No sexism here. Everybody learn how to cook. Okay, this one's a little bit more of my going into my paranoia / doom prepper mentality sort of way here. But learn survival skills. Now, this is stupid, but learn survival skills. Learn how to start a fire. Learn how to purify water. Learn different ways to purify water. Learn how to identify edible plants. And that way, if you end up getting stuck on the roadside and need one of those things but don't have access to it, now you know how to do it. So, like, I know how to start a fire. I know majority what foods I can eat, what plants I can eat to keep myself alive, as well as what will just sate me and keep me moving. And like, it's just, these are important skills that are quickly becoming lost to time because not a lot of people like to get out in the wilderness anymore. I, for one, love it, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's a fun thing, getting out there. But learning how to do these things will make you less scared of the world out there. So it'll make you a little bit more comfortable in nature and out of the cities and everything else. So learn a little bit of survival skills. Not too many, obviously, unless you want to be a survivalist. You don't need to learn everything, but learning the little things, it's important. Now, going back into the cities, we want to talk about being an early adopter. Now, you might be asking yourself, StepsBasic, what the heck's an early adopter? I don't want children. But no, I'm not talking about children. I'm talking about technology. Now, this is a weird thing that a lot of people, especially people my age. And yes, I will admit I do myself have a bit of trepidation when it comes to this sort of thing. But when new technology comes out, it can be intimidating. It can be scary. And sometimes it can just be overwhelming in the fact that it's like, I don't understand this. What the heck am I looking at here? And I say be an early adopter because you never know what is going to take off. Now, of course, going on the tech side, buying into a company early, etc., trying out new technology and figuring things out and whatnot, but also on the software side, like going to websites and learning things like how to use TikTok, how to use YouTube, how to use Twitter, etc. The best way to use Twitter is to just not. But, all of those things. Learning and early adopting can help give you a foot up. Like if I'd had when I was younger, gone ham on YouTube, if I'd have started out on YouTube just working towards building up a channel when I was younger, when YouTube first came out, I might actually be somewhat more successful than I am now, which is to say not successful at all. But at the same time, I could have actually earned some money off of YouTube before they got rid of the monetization for its little channels and whatnot. And oh yeah, is that what you want to say? But being an early adopter helps you to secure things. Like take YouTube again, for example. Going back to YouTube, going to Twitter, going to TikTok. Well, skipping over Twitter and going to TikTok. These channels with their monetization options, if you get in early and start to learn it, you can be one of the first creators on the site. And you can start creating a revenue stream outside of what you earn now, which can help you to, build up and, feel more secure in your own life. And so adopting early can get you that foothold. And it doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to succeed. Like Vine, for example, did not succeed, but its format evolved into the next thing, which evolved into the next thing, which is now eventually TikTok. And now there are people making money off of TikTok. Now, admittedly, not a lot, but, they're still making money. It's an alternate revenue stream. It's not a big one, but it's something. And something helps. And feeling more secure in your life helps take stress off. Now, of course, all that being said, never go in for more than what you can afford. Never bet the farm on not a sure thing, as it were, because you need that farm. And if that not a sure thing goes Vine, well, then you're kind of screwed. Possibly the biggest life lesson that I can teach you. Now, I saw a TikTok go by where they put a name to this sort of thing, or they put a description to this thing, but essentially it boils down to don't be lazy. If you pick it up, you put it away. If you use it, don't put it down, put it away. Now, this obviously goes into a lot of things. Now you see art tutorials and whatnot where they're like, don't draw the nose like this, draw the nose like this. And they're like, oh yeah, so literally your only lesson here is just don't be lazy. Just put more effort into things. And yes, that's literally it. A lot of things just require a little bit more effort than what we usually put out. And things like making sure you don't have, a lot of dishes in your room can make you feel a little bit more comfortable. And that way you don't have to go searching through your house for the dishes, the cups, the spoons, etc. that you need for whatever you need it for. You know where they are. So if you use it, don't put it down, put it away. And, just put forth that effort. Now, I've always been of a mind that there is a difference between being lazy and appreciating your time off. And there very much is. Like on my time off, when I'm not working, I don't want to work, and I'm not going to be working. Is that lazy? No. That's me appreciating my time off. Now, when I am working, when I'm at my work, when I'm at my job doing my stuff, I am going ham on it. I'm making sure I can get that job done as quickly, efficiently, and good as possible. Because I'm not lazy. I can't half-butt things, you know what I mean? And to me, that seems like the best lesson, because not only if you're in a job, do you look better by comparison, and you will have a lot of people telling you to slow down because you're making them look bad, but you will look better by comparison. You will get the job done, and possibly, possibly have more time off to enjoy your time off, which isn't being lazy. You just want to get to your time off quicker. Know what I mean? Now, this one is a hard lesson for a lot of people. Never loan money. But StepsBasic, what if my friend needs some money? What are you going to do? I can't loan my friend money? No. Give them money. Do not loan them money. And let me tell you, never mix friends and finances, because that's the quickest way to lose both. Now, I will tell you straight up that I don't loan money. I will give you money. If you pay me back, cool, but I don't expect you to, because you're not going to. More often than not, you're not going to pay me back. This lesson, funny enough, I knew forever. And I had a friend, when I was leaving the Navy, I had a friend who was getting out. I wasn't leaving the Navy. The friend was leaving the Navy, right? I had a friend who was leaving the Navy, and he needed a little extra cash to tide him over, as it were, as he was waiting for his severance. So I loaned him some money. And then I loaned him some more. And then I loaned him some more. Now, the funny part is, I didn't loan him the money. I know I just said I loaned him, but I didn't loan it to him. I specifically told him, you don't have to pay me back, dude. Take this money. It's for you. I want to make sure you're comfortable. My wife at the time did not share my sentiment. She said, you need to get that money back. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I gave it to him. And he told me, like, he specifically said, no, I am going to pay you back. $1,200. He never paid me back. I was not broken up about this. I did not care, because I specifically told him, you do not have to pay me back. And I haven't heard from him since. And it kind of breaks my heart, because I feel like it was the money that drove him away. I did not want him to leave. That's specifically why I told him, don't worry about it. I'm being literal. Take the money. Keep the money. If you come up at a point where you find you have the $1,200 to spare and you want to give it back, cool. But that's not why I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you because I want you comfortable while you transition out of the Navy. But I feel like a combination of him feeling guilty about not being able to pay me back and my wife pushing on him that he needs to pay me back meant that I lost one of the best friends I ever had because of $1,200. And my friendship to him was not worth that much. It was worth much, much more than that. Now I say give money instead of loaning it, but I will also stress, never give more than you can afford. Very few times will it come to the point where you need to give somebody the shirt off your back, where you literally need to give them the shirt off your back. Because if you do, then at that point, it's not about the money. It's about something else. And they need something to get back on their feet. And so, at that point, it's not about money, and stop giving them money. But anyway, apart from all that, that's going to be it for those. Let's move on to our announcements for the week. Let's see, not much has happened, but I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the end of Borderlands 3. I know we finished up Brothers, and that was an emotional ride. My goodness. Also got to revive Joffrey for a bit, and the second half of that episode is actually coming up on Monday, and it'll be great. Apart from that, that's really it. Yeah, looking forward to working through these things. Nothing really going on in my life at the moment, but, that's life in the rut. But anyway, that's it. That's all for me. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of The Community Show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, just go and poke that like button. Or if you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. When I can, if I can. You do all that jazz. And tune in next time as we talk about another topic another time. Until then, good night.